So you want to be a YouTuber and you want to get your first 1,000 subscribers. What if I told you one of the biggest content creators of all time, Mr. Beast, was a small YouTuber just 5 years ago with 8,000 subscribers? What if I told you even before that, Mr. Beast had to make 100 videos to get less than his first 1,000 subscribers? He actually didn't even get 800 subscribers from his first 100 videos here on YouTube. And that was actually his second attempt at becoming a YouTuber. Today, I'm gonna talk about how you can get your first 1,000 subscribers on YouTube a little bit faster, especially if you're feeling stuck as a small YouTuber and you're on the verge of giving up. And spoiler, this is not gonna be like the other YouTube tips videos. This is gonna have content that you've actually never seen or heard before, because I'm gonna tell you a couple of things that I think you really need to know if you want your first 1,000 subscribers. I'm gonna break down how many views it actually takes to get your first 1,000 subscribers on YouTube and why you need to use the 1% rule, something you've probably never even heard of. I'm gonna tell you how you can script and structure your videos in order to get more of your viewers to convert into being subscribers in the first place. And because I know some of you want to monetize your YouTube channel, maybe you want to invest in some better camera gear so you can make better videos, or maybe you just need some extra cash, I'm going to tell you how to get the 4,000 hours of watch time that you need in order to monetize your YouTube channel and activate YouTube AdSense and get your first YouTube paycheck. And then I think we'll end the video with telling you exactly why most YouTubers never grow, why they're stuck, and why they aren't getting any more subscribers. Let's jump into the video. Hey everybody, this is Roberto Blake helping you create something awesome today. Welcome back to the channel. So today we got another YouTube tips video for you, and we're gonna be telling you how to get your first 1,000 subscribers here on YouTube and how to actually grow as a small YouTuber. Now I know what you're thinking. How the hell can I tell you how to grow 1,000 subscribers? I'm so out of touch. You're a big YouTuber. You don't know how it is. Well, you know what? Back in my day, YouTube was actually a lot harder than it is today. Back in my day, we didn't have all this fancy camera gear. My first camera didn't even have a flip out screen. And I'm joking. I joke. I've actually helped coach and train a lot of YouTubers, big and small. We've actually done Q&A live streams here on the channel, and I've done YouTube channel reviews for people here on the channel and helped them grow significantly. A lot of those people have 100,000 subscribers today and have silver play buttons. And the funny thing is, the simple fact is that there is a common sense approach to YouTube. Even today, a lot of the tried and true methods are really there for you because human behavior doesn't change. And as much as we talk about the YouTube algorithm, when it comes to your first 1,000 subscribers, it really doesn't matter that much. The most important part of YouTube always remains true. You have to create value for your viewers. You have to be able to resonate with them. You have to relate to them. You have to be approachable. You have to make quality content, which doesn't always require the fanciest camera gear in the world. They are going to subscribe partly because of your personality, but also because of the performance, the delivery, and the care that they see that you're putting into the production and editing of your content. If you make a good experience for viewers, and if you are talking about things that they also care about, if you're trying to build a real community, you're going to be able to grow as a YouTuber. You don't need to live in fear of the shadow of the wretched YouTube algorithm. Your feeble skills are no match for the powers of the algorithm. Again, I'm kidding here, but you don't have to think about that stuff if you're just trying to get 1,000 subscribers and meet those first milestones. So joking aside, let's talk about the 1% rule and let's talk about how many views you need to get 1,000 subscribers. Now, I came up with some very interesting math in auditing YouTube channels, big and small, over the years, and I came up with an interesting conclusion that makes total sense to me as somebody from the business world. For those of you who don't know, I'm a creative entrepreneur. I run a lot of online business ventures, and the funny thing is, in sales and marketing, we usually see a 1 to 2% conversion rate. If we have a bunch of traffic, the odds are that of all the people who came to a website, of all the people who got shown an ad, 1 to 2% of them act on it. And me, I like to just assume the worst, so we're gonna go with 1%. 1% of all the people will do what we want them to do. And if what that is for you is you want them to subscribe to your YouTube channel, then the odds are for every 100 views, you'd get 1 subscriber. For every 1,000 views, you'd get 10 subscribers. For every 10,000 views, you would get 100 subscribers. And if you want 1,000 subscribers on your YouTube channel, it's probably gonna mean that you need to get 100,000 lifetime channel views in order to hit that threshold, assuming that 1% of the people who see your content decide that they want to see more of it, decide that they actually like your personality, or they like the way you present information, or they were entertained by the delivery, the performance, the way you edited, your sense of humor, whatever it is. You got to assume that 1% of the people who come in the door are gonna decide to stay and join the club. Now I know what you're thinking, well, Roberto, if I could get those kind of views, I wouldn't have a problem. Well, I understand. Views are going to come down to 5 really important things that I've talked about in other videos. I'm gonna link to a lot of other videos that can help you grow a YouTube channel down below. It's not the only thing we talk about on this channel. We talk a lot about making money online. YouTube is a really good way to do that if you do it properly. So if you like that kind of stuff, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and just take care of that right now, and we'll move on. Hit the notification bell. Let's keep going. So here are the 5 things that ultimately help you get more views on YouTube, and I've done other videos about that, like I've said. You need to obviously have good titles and good thumbnails. I think that's obvious to a lot of people, because if we don't see you put effort into that, we don't know that relates to us and what we care about, but we also are gonna make an assumption on the thumbnail, especially the thumbnail, that the quality you put into the thumbnail reflects the quality that we can expect from the video and whether it's gonna waste our time or not. The title is gonna say what we are interested in, and it's gonna tell us whether we're wasting our time or not. And then you also have to pick a topic. If you pick a topic that nobody is interested in, that nobody cares about, or doesn't have a broad enough audience, then you're not gonna get the traffic that you're looking for, and therefore you're not gonna get the attention that you're looking for. It's obvious that there are some things that have more attention than others, but you also have to be realistic about where you might be competitive when it comes to that attention. That comes down to choosing the right niche, something I'll talk about in another video. I'll also talk about the most profitable niches that make money on YouTube, so subscribe. So yeah, that's 3, topic, title, thumbnail. Probably what you would say are the big 3. But then there are 2 other important things: timing and targeting. Timing is everything, whether it's the best time to upload your video because your audience is actually awake, or timing because you are using first mover advantage. Everyone knows that being early to YouTube, being early to a trend, or being the first one to get out a video on breaking news, or doing it in the first day, that timing all matters. It can be the difference between a video going viral or a video being stagnant, okay? So we all know that timing is important, but I don't think you know how important timing is, and that timing has literally made some of your favorite YouTubers. And the last one's a little bit harder. This is targeting. It's picking the right target audience. And frankly, it comes down to figuring out who you want to attract. And the easiest thing I say, even though I know it sounds boring as hell, it's probably something your parents told you, is you have to really be yourself, but you have to know yourself. And then I would say make content for people like you. Make something that you would want to watch. Become the content creator you would want to watch. Ultimately, when I talked to MKBHD, Marquez Brownlee, one of the biggest creators on this platform, he's been here over a decade, made over 1,000 videos, has over 15 million subscribers now. Marquez told me that he created the YouTuber that he wanted to watch. And I thought that was one of those powerful things I think I've ever heard before. So I think that that's really good advice for the rest of you. If you want to get more viewers, and if you want those viewers to become subscribers, make valuable content that they would care about. Make the content that you yourself would want to watch. Let's talk about structuring and scripting your videos. Guess what, guys? I don't use scripts. I improv everything, and it's hard as hell. I would probably make better content if I used scripts, except for I think my delivery would suck because I'm bad at memorizing things. I'm horrible at memorizing things. I'm horrible at reading scripts. When I do courses, the teleprompter is my sworn mortal enemy. I hate it. It's necessary for those things, it's necessary for tutorials, and I hate it. But what I do is I cheat. I use bullet points in my phone, and I literally reference them in between my takes and my water breaks when I'm filming this video in one shot. So there you go. That's my cheat code. I just use my phone. Hacks on hacks on hacks. But seriously, I outline my content so that there's some structure and there's some sanity to it, and so I don't just end up rambling, and so that I can make sure that I'm hitting all of my important talking points. Sometimes I'll even remind myself to make these stupid jokes. But since this is an education channel, I have to also make it edutainment. I have to make it at least somewhat entertaining, and I do that with my authentic personality. And since I know that I can't read scripts, I know that I have to use bullet points and I have to use structure. And I use that to create a better flow for my videos. I use it to show off my personality. And so I think that you really have to have a clear beginning, middle, and end for your videos. And you have to know what points you want to hit, and you have to be able to showcase that personality. You have to deliver value for people, and you need that if you're going to keep them watching long enough in order to make up their mind and decide that they want to subscribe. It's also going to help you when it comes to the watch time you need. Now, earlier I told you that Mr. Beast made 100 videos and he did not even get to 1,000 subscribers. And I made a video talking about him, PewDiePie, and MKBHD, and it's really a powerful video if you feel like you need motivation as a YouTuber. I'm gonna link to it down below. It's called Make 100 Crappy YouTube Videos. I think it's important to have an experimental phase in YouTube where you're just trying to learn things, whether you're trying to learn your camera gear, learn how to get comfortable on camera, or figure out what works for you and what your style is, what you like doing. I think that's important, and you shouldn't worry about growing fast if you are in that phase and you don't know what you want or you don't know who you are. But what you would have to do to get 1,000 subscribers and to get that watch time is you are going to need to get at least the 100,000 views, unless you have the most dynamic personality in the world, which I do not, and that would do it faster. But you're gonna see this ratio plays out. I think I'm up to about 30 million views on this channel, and I have, 450,000 subscribers. So guess what? 1.5%, 1.5%. So this math tends to even out. It's not a hard and fast rule, but it is a really good guideline, and here's why I think it matters. 4,000 hours of watch time that you need to monetize your YouTube channel comes out to 240,000 minutes, okay? So that's almost 250,000 minutes. Now, when we think about 240,000 minutes and we look at getting 100,000 views, if you could average 3 minutes of watch time on those videos, then your channel has a really good shot at meeting the requirements, because then you'd have about, on average, 300,000 minutes, 300,000 minutes of watch time. So you would translate that, like we said, 4,000 hours is 240,000 minutes. So if you're averaging 3 minutes of watch time over the course of 100,000 views, you're gonna make it. And if 1% of the people of those 100,000 views decide to subscribe to your channel, you're gonna make it. Now, I don't know how many videos you'll have to make in order to hit that threshold. If you got 1,000 views on every video, it might take you 100 videos. That's why you can't put the pressure on yourself to just do this as fast as possible. You may not be able to fit doing those videos into your job, your school, your family, whatever your lifestyle is. You need to figure out a common sense approach to YouTube where you don't get overwhelmed and where you don't compare yourself, and where you don't fall into this trap of just trying to race to the finish line, because YouTube is a marathon, it is not a sprint. And I guess that finally brings us to why most YouTubers never grow. And even if they hit 1,000 subscribers, why they struggle so hard to get beyond that. And I think a lot of it comes down to taking shortcuts. I think a lot of it comes down to simply not putting the audience first. Once people get a few subscribers, once they get 1,000 subscribers, they start trying to do YouTubery things. They start trying to play the YouTube metagame, and they stop realizing that most of the people who see your videos are experiencing you for the first time. They're not gonna know about the inside jokes. They're not going to be a part of what you're doing, and you're alienating them by saying, well, I'm making videos for those 1,000 subscribers. You need to make videos those 1,000 subscribers will enjoy, but you also need to make videos that someone could enjoy and somebody could like and someone could want to share, even if they've never heard of you before. Even if they've never heard of you before, even if they have no clue who you are, which most of them will not, then you need to respect that, and you need to make content that is a gateway for them. Most YouTubers stop growing because they stop making videos to grow their channel. They start making videos that they want to make exclusively. They start making videos based on what they're interested in without testing it or seeing if anybody else is. They make videos for that small, tight-knit community, which is fine, but that's not what grows a channel. And so if you want to grow a channel, you're gonna have to put the audience first, and not just the audience you have, but the audience you want to have, because that's how growth happens. In business, we call this new market share, new customer acquisition. We want to keep growing the market. We want to keep introducing our brand to new people and converting them and bringing them in, making them part of the family, making them obsessed, making them a cult if we possibly can, and always buy our overpriced products and our incremental upgrades. Yeah, I said it. But in all seriousness, you need to think about how you can put a new viewer first without disrespecting the viewers you already have. And if you can accomplish that, then you're gonna keep growing as a YouTuber. And if you get too comfortable, which is what most people do, then you're not gonna grow. You're gonna stagnate and you're gonna wonder why. Because you're gonna say to yourself, well, I'm doing what got me here this far, and you may or may not be doing that. But the reality is what you're not doing is you're not thinking like a fan. You're not putting the viewer first, and that always has to matter. You have to create value for the viewer or nothing else happens. They don't click, they don't subscribe, they don't smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. They don't do any of it if they don't feel that you're respecting their time. Question of the day. Did you learn something new today about YouTube? And what else do you want me to cover on the YouTube channel? Do you want me to do a video on budget gear that you can actually afford as a small YouTuber? Do you want some tips on how to do keyword research? What do you want to know? And also, again, what have you learned on this video or from the channel? Let me know in the comment section. Also, do me a huge favor. Please get this video to 2,000 likes because I'm running an experiment with whether likes affect the YouTube algorithm, and that's gonna help me out. So like I said, like this video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out the other awesome content here on the channel, playlist down below. As always, you guys, thanks so very much for watching, and don't forget, go out there and create something awesome today. Take care.